City Booster Club podcast, and we're joined here with the head football coach, Mr. Dickerson here, and yeah, super happy to have you. And would what, year 2, right?
Yep.
What do you thinking? What do we got going on?
Looking forward to it. A big focus for us has been getting kids out and getting our numbers up a little bit. We started our fall camp on Monday, and so far we're moving in the right direction compared to last year. When you talk about first day of practice last year versus first day of practice this year, our numbers have grown substantially, especially at the sophomore and freshman level. Freshmen right now, we've got 19 kids out, which is about double where we were at when I first got here 4 years ago. I served 2 years as an assistant. This will be my second as the head coach. But over those 4 years, we have done nothing but grow, and hopefully we continue to do that and put together 3 high-quality football teams, reserve, JV, and varsity.
And that's a big part. You got to have numbers. You got to have numbers to play positions and the numbers to grow at the different levels of the football.
Yeah, playing a Class A football schedule, you see teams on the sideline with 100+ kids on the sideline,
right.
And that's kind of our goal. Is we want to work into that where we've got our own varsity team. They don't have to worry about going and playing JV on a Monday night. JV kids don't have to go worry about playing reserve on a Thursday night. So that's the ultimate goal here. However, it's not going to magically change in a year. It's a process, and the goal is just to make it as enjoyable for the kids as possible, so that they get done with football season and they can't wait to get back to football season when it rolls around in the fall.
And yeah, make it a problem when you don't have enough helmets. We need to go buy. We need 100 helmets or whatever. That's a good problem to have.
Yep.
So.
I guess probably a question I want to know, most fans will want to know, is who are some of the returning players? I know some of the skill guys. I know we got Palmer coming back. We talk about him. I talk about him quite often being a stud athlete.
And DJ at quarterback.
DJ, Tate back.
Yep. Tate will be
receiver. Anybody else I'm missing? Upperclassmen, I guess. I know we're talking about some young kids, but kids that are contributing.
Up front returners, you'll have Julian Perez, O-line.
Yep.
Brody Sims will play center for us again this year.
Lean.
Yeah, swimming. I think swimming
Swimming,
leaned in down. Good strong.
His
Good
body's
strong.
completely changed.
Absolutely.
He was here every day in the summer, worked his tail off, and that transition has been pretty cool to see. On the outside, you've got Andrew Ortiz returning and Travis McCabe. So those two will play a vital part in what we do offensively. Flipping to the defensive side of the ball, Adam Hamilton played a lot of reps for us at safety last year. He'll return. Adrian Curiel, who's only a sophomore, but he played quite a bit of quality time for us last year on the D line. So he will be a returner. He'll be kind of a transition between a defensive end and a linebacker, kind of a stand-up position.
Sure.
But a lot of young talent returning. So that is a very big bright spot of our program. Is we've got a lot of guys who have varsity experience that are going to contribute to our team this year.
Good. So you said some, with Sims, body composition changes, weight room harder. Did you have some pretty good participation this summer? You have some okay numbers. I know it's tough with the, balancing act of, summer jobs and summer school and summer weights and stuff like that. Did you have a pretty good turnout?
It was very hit and miss. Our first couple of weeks we were at 40, 45 kids. As the summer goes on, people go on vacation, people have camps. About midway through June, we kind of had a consistent 25 kids who showed up. Another thing with those 25 kids is they were kids that showed up every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and 3 days into practice, you can tell who put time into the weight room and who didn't over the summer. It's very, very evident. Guys are in shape. Guys are moving like they should be moving, and it's just such a benefit to have that opportunity to get in the weight room all summer, and that's something that we've got to keep promoting, is to get kids, whether it's winter, spring, summer. Just because it's not football season doesn't mean you don't lift. I mean, it's truly, lifting is an all-year thing regardless of what sport you're in. So continuing to promote that through school and classes, and then summer is obviously a big thing too.
Yeah, you take the summer off. It takes you 2 weeks to get the kinks worked out, and then even just, I think you were doing some maybe 7-on-7 and stuff during the summer. Some of that skill position, you walk in with, just route trees under your belt and different things like that, and the timing of, quarterback, receiver, and hitting routes. I mean, you can be light years ahead, compared to just, we got 2-a-days, and then you almost get split of the who's been here and who hasn't. And, no, that's good. You got that core. Now let's try to grow that core, right?
People,
I think
scheme-wise, what are we doing offensively, defensively, I guess? You know, what do you got going?
So I'll start on the offensive side of the ball. Offensively, last year we were primarily a quick game in the passing game,
Sure.
a lot of quick stuff, and then zone scheme up front. So not necessarily man-to-man or power game, but more of a get out in space, let our O-linemen can move very well.
Right.
So we let them get up to the second level and create some space. As far as run pass, every coach says that they want to be 50-50 split. Ideally, that's what we want to be. Does that ever happen?
Right.
It's a matchup by week deal. You know, if we're running the ball and they can't stop it, we're going to continue to run the ball. If we're throwing the ball all over the yard, we'll continue to throw it. But a little bit of both. Ideally, we'd be 50-50 offensively, and more sticking to that quick stuff. And then, you know, Darius has done nothing but progress over the last 3 years, and he's looking really good right now.
Big kid.
We talked earlier about Tony Palmer, and he's shown a lot of bright spots for us. So really looking forward to the specifically the skill position guys that we return on offense have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
And then again, O-line, they're capable of getting up to that second level and creating that space. Defensive side of the ball, we played a lot of a 30 front, like 3-man front last year. This year, we're going to play both 3-man front, 4-man front. Go to the linebackers to start. That's kind of the core of our defense because we've got a lot of experience at linebackers, and we've got a lot of kids that have a lot of varsity snaps under their belt. Talk about our linebackers, guys like Travis McCabe, Andrew Ortiz, Brody Sims, Darius Helms, Tony Palmer.
Yeah, a lot of the same names.
Yeah, definitely. You got that's where your strength is. And so,
names you've heard for the last 2 years.
Right.
Those guys have a lot of experience, and they kind of run, you know, what we do defensively. We get the call in, they communicate to everybody, and they make everything right. So defensively, will be kind of a mix between 4-3, 3-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And I guess this would be, you know, a great year, great opportunity. New football field, 6 home games. I mean, yeah, we're Class A school. We're bringing up some of these Omaha teams and whatever, but I think it's a great time to showcase, you know, kind of phase 1 of the facilities. And when you've been out there practicing, it's, you know, I don't know, maybe was the grass maybe an advantage before, but it sure looks pretty cool having the field turf now. Or how do you feel about it?
Our guys are thrilled about it. Everybody's thrilled about it. I mean, it's pretty special, you know.
Looks
not
great.
getting to get on it last season kind of hurt a little bit, but makes this fall awesome. I mean, last spring, soccer was out there, track was out there. Our guys were just fighting a bit to get out there. And, you know, it's finally here, and we're looking forward to the opportunity. I mean, state-of-the-art facilities, and you can't beat that. And we're so fortunate to have that. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. And then even, you know, the sacrifices that last year seniors made by Dakota Valley, no home teams or no home games and things like that. I think we're going to really try to, you know, this year seniors or even this whole class with the 6 home games. It's just going to be, August 25th.
Yep.
Here we go. You know,
a couple weeks out.
And then the first 2 games we got Sioux City North, Sioux City West, locals competition that if I remember right last year at Olson Stadium. I mean, that West game wasn't it down to, I mean, it was a couple touchdowns. I mean, it was close.
So I'm getting ready to start year 4. Previous 3 years, us and West have played very, very competitive games, and they've gotten us all 3 of those, and you know, we're
Got to turn it around this year.
we're looking forward to that one, but starts with week 1 with Sioux City North, and that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, North and then West, and then hopefully that'll build some of that rivalry too with we're just across the river, you know, like let's compete and, you know, get some bragging rights there, get some wins against those Sioux City teams.
Yeah.
So
I guess personally, I want to know, you know, you played football growing up, obviously. You went to college, played football. Always been a passion. Clearly, you can tell just the way he's talking. It's exciting. You're young, you know what I mean? You run an exciting practice. I'm excited. You have any stories from maybe when you were younger that sort of maybe drove you to be doing what you're doing now?
Yeah, I guess.
Family-wise even, maybe, you know?
Growing up, I was involved in anything I possibly could be. I'm from Shatter, Nebraska, 6 hours down the road. Fairly small community, so you're talking your local rec centers, but not your flag football league, your basketball league, your track league, your summer baseball. So I was involved in as many things as I could be. moving forward, I was a four-sport athlete in high school. I played Legion baseball in the summers, football in the fall, basketball in the winter, and then track and field in the spring.
Yeah.
I was given the opportunity to be able to play football in college, and I attended Chadron State, and really making that decision to go to Chadron State, a couple of things. Growing up, guys like Danny Woodhead at Chadron State were something that I just cherished, going to every game, and it's like, I want that to be me someday. And you know, so I was given that opportunity, and very fortunate for that. While in college, first kind of introduction into coaching and my passion for coaching, I coached summer Legion baseball in Chadron during my summers, and helped with that for a few years while finishing my playing career. And then, I mean, just a passion for all sports. And I also coach basketball here. It's just, I love being involved with it. I love being around the kids. I love seeing the progress of a kid developing through 4 years of high school. And it's just something I've always wanted to be involved with, and I'm very fortunate to be able to be in the position I'm in.
Okay. It's very cool, yeah, coming from Chadron to, you know, South Sioux, and I think very similar, you know, community, small town, whatever, you know, but us having Sioux City, you know, across the river, you have kind of a little bit of a different mixing out in Chadron there. But yeah, I guess, you know, we talked about some players and different things. What, I mean, staff, you have all your returning coaches from last year, you got some new input, or how's that look this year?
We just got one new coach on staff, Justin Kite, coming down from Akron. He will help us coach O-line, D-line, as well as Lucas Bonham, who's been here the past couple of years. Our defensive coordinator will be Carson Haugrud. He took over that role about halfway through last year. It'll be his first true year in that position.
Where's he from?
He is from Minnesota, up by Fargo.
Okay.
And he played football at Northern for a year, and then is a big weight room guy. So summer weights, he runs all our summer weight stuff. And then we also have the Wilsons, Trey and Nelson Wilson, who I also coach basketball with. So we have a really good connection there as far as transitioning from football to basketball to summer basketball back to football, and that relationship works really well. And then we've also got a coach, Omar Crawford. He's from Ponca. He joined our staff last year as well, played football at Briarcliff for a little bit.
Nice.
Cool. Hey, you said the coach from Fargo was really big into the weightlifting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you know, something Booster Club tries to, you know, do a support, you know, weight room and things like that. You know, I know a few years ago here we contributed to the squat racks, tune of you know, quite a bit of money. And then last summer we you know, was part of the 1080. I don't know if you got a chance to see, you know, it's probably your skill positions or your speed positions, you know, pull or get pulled against that. I mean, you like that piece of equipment, or what do you think?
100%. We talk about it with our kids. You know, like, you are so fortunate to have what you have at our school, and a lot of that is thanks to the Booster Club. You know, I mean, providing what we have available in the weight room, what we have available outside of the weight room when we talk about the 1080 and getting outside and working speed stuff. And you know, not every school has what we have here. And I think our school takes a lot of pride in that, and again, we're very fortunate to have what we have, and we try to preach that to our kids, and I think they have some appreciation for that, and they understand a little bit. You don't just go to any other high school and see what we have.
Well, I think we see that, you know, another big asset we have there in the weight room is like Mike Wright. You know, he really advocates for that type of stuff, and really knows, you know, it's not just all about, you know, bicep curls or whatever like that. You know, you want a strong, functionally strong athlete and flexible and things like that. You know, but it's, you know, that 1080 machine, that sprint machine. I know baseball got the reps, CEDO, you know, the throwing deal. You know, and then I guess something too that I bet you ever get to ride on the Gator? That was something that we purchased here a few years ago. But yeah, you know, that's what we're here for. You know, when something doesn't fit into your budget, you know, come to us, and we'll hopefully, we very rarely say no. So definitely come with an ask.
Right. I mean, I think it was great to have Jackson in here today. Great first guest at the Booster Club podcast. Bill did great. Nate, I did great.
Good job. And you know, we're hoping this is going to be the start of a new trend here. Tune in regularly, if not weekly, and we'll try to get a different coach on here every week. And don't forget with all of your generous help, buying hot dogs at football games, supporting us through membership drives, and volunteering. That's probably one of our biggest needs too, is come wrap some hot dogs at a ball game, volunteer at a concession stand. It's many small contributions, many small hours put in can really grow this, and we want this to help in return on our kids and our student athletes here. So.
That's right. So the 25th,
25th.
7?
Yep.
7 o'clock, the 25th. Appreciate it, my man.
Thanks for having me,
Thank you.
guys. Appreciate it.